her muzzle edged with frost. She was no fonder of this chilled wilderness than Tarma was. Even the Shin'a'in winter pastures never got this cold, and what little snow fell on them was soon melted. The mare's sense of what was right was deeply offended by all this frigid white stuff.
"Kathal desteritra,"
Tarma said, to the ears that pricked forward at the first sound of her harsh voice.
"Gently, wind-born sister. I'm nearly finished here."
Kethry snorted back at her, and Tarma's usually solemn expression lightened with an affectionate smile.
"Leha'ir, it is ice demons that dwell in this place, and nothing else."
When she figured that she had enough of the grass cleared off to at least help to satisfy her mare's hunger, she heaped the rest of her foragings into the center of the area, topping the heap with a carefully measured portion of mixed grains and a little salt. What she'd managed to find was poor enough and not at all what her training would have preferred. Some dead seed grasses with the heads still on them, the tender tips from the branches of those trees and bushes she recognized as being nourishing, even some dormant cress and cattail roots from the stream. It was scarcely enough to keep the mare from starving, and not anywhere near enough to provide her with the energy she needed to carry Tarma on at the pace she and her partner Kethry had been making up until now. She loosed little Kethry from her tethering and picketed her in the middle of the space she'd cleared. It showed the measure of the mare's hunger that she tore eagerly into the fodder, poor as it was. There had been a time when Kethry would have turned up her nose in disdain at being offered such inferior provender.
We've come on strange times, haven't we, you and I?"
Tarma sighed. She tucked a stray lock of crow-wing black hair back under her hood and put her right arm over Kethry's shoulder, resting against the warm bulk of her.
"Me with no clan, but one weirdling outlander. You, so far from the plains and your sibs."
Not that long ago, they'd been just as any other youngling of the nomadic Shin'a'in and her saddle mare. Tarma, learning the mastery of sword, song, and steed, Kethry running free, except when the lessoning involved her. Both of them had been safe and contented in the heart of Clan Talisadrine, true, free children of the hawk. Tarma rubbed her cheek against Kethry's furry shoulder, breathing in the familiar smell of clean horse that was so much a part of what had been home. Oh, but they'd been happy. Tarma had been the pet of the clan, with her flute-clear voice and her perfect memory for song and tale, and Kethry had been so well matched for her rider that she almost seemed the four-footed sister that Tarma frequently named her. Their lives had been so close to perfect, in all ways. The king stallion of the herd had begun courting Kethry that spring, and Tarma had had Darren. Nothing could have spoiled what seemed to be their secure future. Then the raiders had come upon the clan, and all that carefree life was gone in an instant beneath their swords. Tarma's eyes stung again. Even full revenge couldn't take away the ache of losing them all. All. In one candle mark, all that Tarma had ever known or cared about had been wiped from the face of the earth.
"What price your blood, my people? A few pounds of silver? Goddess, the dishonor of that your people were counted so cheaply."
The slaughter of Talisadrine had been the more vicious because they'd taken the entire clan unawares and unarmed in the midst of celebration. Totally unarmed, as Shin'a'in seldom were. They had trusted to the vigilance of their sentries. But the cleverest sentry cannot defeat foul magic that creeps upon him out of the dark and smothers the breath in his throat ere he can cry out. The brigands had not so much as a drop of honorable blood among them. They knew, had the clan been alerted, they'd have had stood the robbers off, even outnumbered as they were, so the bandits' hired mage had cloaked their approach and stifled them.